Greetings, my fellow eagles and the entire world. This is Eagle Emmanuel Mensah with inspirations and guidance from Eagle Helen Mensah in the unseen or in the spiritual world, coming into your homes and your minds with a message of empowerment and enlightenment. Today is the 16th of May in the year 2024, and it is a beautiful and a wonderful day. So let us rejoice and be glad in it as the Bible teaches or gives. Today, I am going to speak to you on the topic, the unity of man and divine. I repeat, the unity of man and divine. Every human being walking on earth here has two aspects. You have your human aspect, that is man, the nature of man, and the divine aspect. This is the two parts of you that comes together to form you as an individual. And as we walk on earth here, the arrangement is that even before we came into this world, you are supposed to behave or to organize your life in such a way that there is always the unity of these two sides of you, such that the divine side of you will overtake or will take over or will be the source of everything that you do, guidance and everything. You get inspirations and guidance from the divine side, such that your life will be a prosperous and a beautiful one. As a matter of fact, we are here on an adventure to create beautiful and wonderful things with our higher self. That is, we are co-creating with God. And the way we co-create with God is for us to become one with God in thought or in thinking. And so, as a human being, you are by nature a divine and at the same time human. But once you are on earth here, these two must merge. And when these two merges, you become a powerful person. And so, in the life of humanity, whether we like it or not, whether you believe it or not, you understand it or not, one person that is continually in tune or united with his divine or a divine nature is powerful than millions of people that are not united with their divine nature. And so, power and dominion is not in anything that we surround ourselves with, but power and dominion, beautiful and good life, freedom from all limitations, comes from the agreement of the human nature and the divine nature in thought. And that is when you get everything that you need as a human being to operate on earth here, to co-create with your divine self. And so we are supposed to be awakened, or we are supposed to be aware of who we are. And then we walk in this direction. And so the work I'm doing, or we are doing, is to expose you to this very important knowledge and understanding that we have not been given, or we are completely not aware of. You are a human being with complete power and authority. But this power and authority becomes a reality in your life only when your divine nature takes over and moves the human side of you. And if we take people who are into sports in particular, you will see this particular thing demonstrating in their lives. If you take a football team, the 11 players that are on the pitch, they are all coached by the same coaching team, managed by the same manager. They go through all the psychological training or assistance that they need. And so when they are on the field, they are playing the game according to how they've been coached. But in most of the time, we realize that the coaching, the guidance that the coach and his team has given to the team are not yielding any results. And then all of a sudden, one of them rises and do something extraordinary. That is a person, or is an example of a person that either incidentally or by the person's nature moved out of the human side and allowed the divine nature to take over. And as soon as the divine nature takes over, it moves through the person, and the person does something, and we call it wonders, or we call it magic. But that is not it. It is just by opening the way for the divine nature of you to flow through you. And when it comes that the divine nature is powerful, is pure and positive, and therefore every limitation, it overturns it and it becomes beautiful and a wonderful creation. And so whatever any human being has done that we call extraordinary, every human being can do it. But it is on the condition that we open up and allow our divine side to merge with our human side, and it moves us to do things that human beings call extraordinary. And so I have been speaking to you all these days or these weeks about our negative emotions. But today I'm going to concentrate on our positive emotions. Negative emotions are the indication from our internal system telling us that we are moving away from our divine nature or our inner being. And therefore, we need to come back so that we'll be connected to the stream of life. We'll be connected to the stream of wealth, health that is flowing. And that is the divine nature taking over. Then we demonstrate or we manifest all the beautiful things in the divine aspect of us. And now, so this kind of communication is from our internal. But today we are looking at it from a man or a woman that is connected to his divine nature. How does this divine nature communicate to us? That is what we are looking. The divine nature or God communicates to us not through our physical five senses, but the divine nature of us or God communicates through us through different means, which are not through the five senses that we have. And the commonest ones that we have are our intuitions, our edges, and our hunches. Sometimes you will be sitting down, and especially when you are in your good mood, you are not worried, you are not afraid, you have everything, you feel good within yourself. And as you are in that relaxing mood, then a trail of thoughts falls into your mind. It's kind of an idea. And then you see that idea that you receive quickens your body. Sometimes you even jump and say, wow, I've got a good idea. Then it brings you joy. That is the divine coming into your human nature and giving you ideas. Because it is coming from the divine, it comes with a good feeling. And sometimes too, you will sit down and you feel it comes to you. That's what we call instinct or your intuitions. You feel that where you are sitting, it is not good for you. Move away from that. And as soon as you move away from that place, then something that we call catastrophic happens. That is your divine side communicating to you, giving you guidance and directions. And so the only way that we will be always united with our divine nature is to open up these forms of communication of channels. Whatever that you will feel, and all these things are feelings. Your intuitions, your hunches, your edges, and all these things they are feelings. And when you have these feelings, sometimes they are not the natural feelings that we normally have because we have been buried into this negativity. Do not be afraid, but know that it is your higher self that is communicating to you. If you have any feeling about anything that brings you joy, that brings you excitement, that brings you that kind of happiness, and even sometimes someone standing by you normally asks you, what has come upon you? What have you seen? Then know that it is your divine nature that is communicating to you. And then sometimes to the ideas or the things that you receive may not be the normal thing that you know. Now I want to know that it is your divine side that is communicating to you, maybe passing through you to bring a beautiful and a wonderful idea. But all these things comes to you in the form of feelings. And as soon as you pay attention to these feelings, your intuitions, your hunches, your urges, then you know that you are or you are connected with your divine side or your God side. And whatever you receive from these channels of communication, do not kick against it, but listen to it, follow it, and develop it. And you will see that it will get to a point that you are only connecting dots to dots, because it is the divine that is working through you, and therefore all other things have already been arranged. And so you are every day receiving guidance and instructions from your divine side. But unfortunately, the way we've been brought up, we are completely not aware of these channels of communications. And in most cases, especially those of us in Africa and into religion, once you get this kind of feelings, some people say you will go, the person will tell his brother or sister or the parents that this is how I'm feeling. Then they will say, no, this is not normal. Let us go and see this person. Let us go and see this person. And when they go and explain this to the person, then they come together and they quench that kind of feeling in that person. But it is the divine nature of the person that is seeking expression through that person. So let us be attentive. The first thing is, let us be receptive to whatever thing that is coming through us. It is all feelings, emotions. And once you are responsive and attentive to these positive emotions that you are getting from your own system, then you know that it is the unity of your human nature and your divine nature that has come together, and therefore divine is flowing through you. And this unity only comes about only when you are in a positive mood. When you are thinking, whatever you are thinking is positive, holy. The divine side of every human being is God, and God is holy. God is positive. And therefore, if you are not feeling negative emotion in any way, that means you are in alignment. You are connected to your divine side. And therefore, every message that you get, take it and develop. But if you are feeling any negative emotion, if you are feeling negatively, whatever message you will get is not from your divine side, but it's just from your own personality. Do not go about developing those ones. That is from your personality. And so the key or the criteria by which we will know that we are actually receiving from our divine side is to ask yourself, under which influence am I receiving, or under what influence am I now? Am I under the influence of fear, or am I under the influence of happiness and joy? Am I being moved by God or by my personality, which is surrounded by fear and worry? And as soon as we become awakened to this, and we take this and walk in that direction, every negative things, everything that we desire in our lives will become a possibility, for you are being driven by the divine. So you are not just a human being with a body alone. You are more than blood and flesh, bones, but you are both physical and non-physical. You are human and divine of God. But the only thing that you need to seek whilst you are on earth here, for you to be able to live according to what you are here for, is to seek the unity of your human side and your divine side. And this thing, you don't need to belong to any group or any religion to have that, because it's a gift that God has given to us. Every human being has it. So the personal relationship that in Christianity we talk about, to have that personal relationship with God, is what I'm talking about. This goes beyond religion. This goes beyond church. Every human being has a direct relationship with God. And the way you communicate, the way you maintain this relationship is through positivity, thinking in the right direction, thinking in the along the lines of the thinking of God. And God flows through you. God is a stream of energy. God is a spirit that is flowing everywhere. That is why we say God is omnipresent. God is everywhere. Wherever you find yourself, even the prisoner, the most notorious criminal in this world, wherever he finds himself, God is there, and that is why he's alive. And if the person opens up, God works through the person and brings beautiful and wonderful things. And therefore, seek the unity. Seek the unity of your two sides. That is your human and the divine side. And all things will be added unto you, as Jesus Christ said. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and its righteousness, and all other things will be added unto you. So you have powers, you have authority over all life circumstances. As soon as you connect your true self with your human self, and that is when you become a powerful person. And once again, before I end it, let me remind you this powerful statement. One person that is connected with his inner being, one person that is truly connected, his human side and the divine side are truly merged and they are working together, is more powerful than billions of people that are not connected with their inner beings. It's a fact. And we know this, we see this. Amongst the multitude in a stadium, one person becomes a hero and everyone is worshiping him. Why? Because the person somehow, either deliberately or accidentally, opened up and divine flowed out of him, and therefore what he has done is considered as extraordinary. You too can do that. Every one of us can do that. So, you are a human being. You are a God in a human body. And you still have your links with your parent God or your parent spirit, that is God. You are like an ambassador or a high commissioner in a different country. Much as you are in a different country, the requirement of the arrangement is that you maintain the direct links with your home country. And that is when you have the protection and the credential to operate as the High Commissioner in that foreign country. In the same way, whilst we are on earth here, so long as we keep our channels of communication, our intuition, our hunches, and we listen to all this and then we take out negativity out of our way, we hold the credentials and the protection and the guidance of the Supreme Being that focus himself into this, our physical bodies, and we will co-create positive and wonderful experiences on this earth. So, seek ye first the unity of your divine and the human side. When these two are merged, all other things will be added unto you. That is my message for you. So, as I always do all the time, I say, may the overshadowing presence of God that keep the stars in an open such that they do not fall on us, and keep the planets in their orbit such that they do not clash with one another, lead and guide you, direct you, open your minds and your eyes, that you'll be awakened to your inner powers, You'll be attentive to the communications from your higher self, such that you will always maintain the connection, the unity of the two sides of you, and you'll be the prosperous, you'll be the greatest, you'll be the wonderful person that you are on earth here to be, such that all of us put together will bring heaven on earth here. Thank you, and God bless you.